Welcome to Pitstop. I'm Jaco and Mark, the Citizen's motoring editor, and I'm joined today by Mark Jones, our road test editor. Very exciting test we had a few weeks ago or a week ago. The new Ford Ranger Raptor. Yeah, very interesting results. How can I say it was a highly anticipated test? Just to start off with, obviously the new Ranger Raptor is a 3-liter V6 turbocharged petrol engine producing 292 kilowatts of power, 583 newton meters of torque, and the power output's almost double what the previous Raptor was, which was the same as which had the bi-turbo like the other Wild Tracks and so forth on the Ranger series or the Ranger lineup. This time, power output almost double, and Mark, how did the testing go?
No, look, as you said, highly anticipated. So we were expecting good numbers. There was Ford claims 0 to 100 in 6 seconds. And I mean, 0 to 100 in 6 seconds for a bucky is bizarre. We ran it every which way. We got a really quick time of 6.90. And the Raptor runs into its speed limiter, which is electronic, at 180 k's an hour before 800 meters of tar has been covered. So in terms of rapid, that it is.
Just to be clear on the whole tag of South Africa's fastest bucky, we are obviously talking production bucky, one you can buy off the showroom floor, not something someone has taken somewhere and done something with it aftermarket. But up until before the Raptor, our fastest bucky that we have tested was the previous generation Amarok, which was the 190 kilowatt Amarok. Mark, that went from, I think, 0 to 100 in just over 8 seconds?
Correct. And we thought that was like, wow, nothing's going to go quicker than that ever. And 190 kilowatts, 3-liter V6 turbo diesel in a bucky was like, what are these guys thinking? This is too much power. And it proved to be a massive hit in South Africa. Guys queued up to buy it. And along comes Ford and says, we're going to put a V6 petrol into the Ranger Raptor and come out with the 292 kilowatts. And everybody thought they were insane, but look at it. They've put this thing on market. We've been told if you order a Raptor now, you're going to wait over a year for one. So it would seem South Africans and double cab buckies, more power, more speed, the more bizarre it is, the more they want it.
Is it a case of that there's maybe too much power in that thing? If you're thinking people are going to buy it to do school runs, do shopping?
Yeah, look, obviously, 292 kilowatts in a double cab bucky. I mean, you never need that. And going to school and back's going to probably cost you about 1,000 Rand a trip, because the one thing the Ranger Raptor does, it sucks fuel. I really battle to get under 20 liters per 100, and it's something that people say, oh, it can't be, but it loves fuel, and it's not going to win you any economy run, and it like I said, it'll cost you to get to school, but it's going to be the most fun run you're going to have in terms of driving around. So do you need it? No, but it's fun. It makes noise. It lights up the rear tires on slippery top tar. It's just one of those buckies where you kind of know the guys are going to have 6 brandies, tell their friends, watch this move, and there's every chance they roll it and do something stupid. But that's Ranger Raptor.
Well, that is something we have seen already, incidentally, on social media videos about a Raptor getting rolled during a little exercise. The thing is with, yes, it sips fuel, but the other thing is, if we're talking Amarok in the previous generation, the 190 kilowatts, that was already over R1 million. R1 million is about the going rate nowadays, or close to R1 million, for your top end double cab buckies. And even with the new diesel V6 in the range, the Wild Track, it's sitting at just under R1 million, and the new Amarok V6 obviously shares the same platform. That's just over 1.1 million. So 1.1 million or just thereabout is actually, quite ironically, not that expensive for what you're getting in the Raptor.
No, some would argue that Ranger Raptor at 1.1 million is the performance bargain of the year. I mean, you paying that, as you say, for other buckies, so that you can see why guys are queuing up. It's, in relative terms, not that expensive if you're shopping in that league, and it offers this crazy power, bragging rights, and I guess it would tow a house quite easily. So Ranger Raptor is like a winner at the moment. I think Ford's not going to keep up with orders. They're going to just, as fast as they bring those Ranger Raptors, they're going to sell them.
Also, of course, boosting Ford's whole, can we say, presence in the performance off-road kind of game is that they will be entering Dakar with quite a few teams next year, which will be run by the guys down in KZN, Woolwich. So they are sort of raising their game, making themselves presentable with what they've got on the table nowadays.
Yeah, I think they have to be. I mean, they have been the only sort of manufacturer that has been able to give Toyota's Hilux a bit of a run on the odd occasion and has even pipped it once or twice. So they have to play there. What Toyota does, Ford needs to do. It's just kind of how it is. If Hilux is in Dakar, Ford needs to come now and play in Dakar. Local off-road, the same thing. They have to watch the market. You can't have a market leader and then just never want to play there. I mean, Ranger is almost as well, sadly, the only car that Ford sells in South Africa these days. So they need numbers and they need to be showing off their vehicle wherever they can. And yeah, they've got this Raptor, and I don't believe Toyota will. Maybe I'm wrong. Toyota's very conservative. I can't see them anytime soon throwing like a LC300 cruiser engine into a Hilux and calling it like a vicious GR and coming to take on Raptor. Raptor's going to be left alone for a while to be a brand builder.
Maybe that's exactly what we need in the GR portfolio to join the 86 and the Yaris and the Supra.
Yeah, and then all we need to do is go take a track racing or something and have, like in Australia, like have a Bucky Cup or something, a Ute Cup, and everybody start racing double cab Buckies on like a track. I mean, can you believe that? But South Africa is a weird place when it comes to Buckies, and I would never say never.
Yeah, taking them to a track would probably just make it official, and that won't be on the public road from the Vaal Dam towing a caravan and a boat after a long weekend. But that pretty much wraps up our Raptor test. We've got one more outstanding piece in this, let's call it the Ranger puzzle. We've had the new single turbo, we've had the new bi-turbo, we've had the beastly V6 Raptor. So the remaining piece of our puzzle is the 3-liter diesel V6, which is in the wild track and which produces 184 kilowatts of power, which is obviously what the top spec Amarok also have. Mark, what do you expect from that test?
Yeah, obviously the single turbo was impressive. The bar turbo sort of got down in the mid-10s. I expect this 3-liter V6 would go sub-10 a bit. I really don't think it's going to catch that old time by the Amarok, the low 8 that it did a few years ago. That engine was pretty special. The output was pretty good. It's the wild track's going to be there or thereabouts, under 10 seconds, but I don't believe it's going to go better than into the 8s. And the old Amarok's going to hold on to that title for a little longer, which means, I guess, when we test new V6 Amarok, there's every chance that the new V6 based on the Ranger platform is not going to be quicker than the older one.
Okay, we'll be bringing you that last Ranger test for the moment in the next few weeks. But for this week, that was it. I'm Jaco and Mark. I was joined by Mark Jones. Thanks for listening.
Negative. Oh.